Good evening and welcome to the Daily Bible News. I am Kishford Frank with your news in details. Our story this evening takes us to a water well outside the Samaritan village of Sychar, where Jesus meets with a woman of that village, turns her into an icon known the world over, but not before transforming her life and her village. I'll tell you what happened in a while, but first remember to subscribe to our channel to get more of our news stories whenever they are posted. Make sure and comment, share it with a friend, and also leave a like. Imagine for a moment that you have made a long journey by foot through a desert area in the heat of the burning sun. Your lips are parched and your throat is dry from the sweltering heat of the day. You come upon a well, and the good news is that there is water. But the bad news, you have nothing to dip with. Not so nice, right? Well, this is the exact situation that Jesus was in when a woman who was a complete stranger came to the well to fill water. The woman who is not named was going about her business when Jesus interrupted and made a request.
Give me to drink.
But with the woman, a Samaritan, and Jesus, a Jew, there is a problem with this situation and this request, because of the long racial tensions between Jews and Samaritans. Now, for perspective on this racial divide, understand that it is largely the Jews who are the protagonists here, considering themselves as superior, and the Samaritans literally unclean. So even the mere conversation is not normal, for it goes against the norms. Even worse, to ask a drink of water from supposedly unclean hands. So let us be clear here. This is anything but normal. But then again, Jesus is not normal. He is known to defy the status quo in love for all human beings. And on this day, he was at it again to save a woman and her village. The woman, who is quite familiar with what is acceptable, questions Jesus' interaction. Quote, "How is it that you, a Jew, ask a drink of me, a woman of Samaria? For the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans." One thing this does reveal is that racism is an issue that dates way back, and we are still plagued by this human social disease today. Now this brings us to our viewer question for this evening. We ask, what does Jesus' interaction with the woman of Samaria teach you about how you should treat people of other ethnicities? Give us your response in the comment section and see how others comment as well on this question. We would be happy to give a feedback to your comments. The conversation took an interesting twist when the thirsty Jesus proposed to offer the woman what he calls living water.
If thou knewest the gift of God, and who it is that saith to thee, Give me to drink, thou wouldst have asked of him, and he would have given thee living water.
What would be your reaction if you are offered living water? Now, not understanding at first what Jesus intended, the woman questioned just how Jesus would get this water when he was not even able to get water from the well in front of him. He had nothing to dip with. Was he better than Jacob, who constructed this well? And indeed he was. What Jesus explains next changed the woman's life and the life of millions of people around the world, including mine. And I'm sure it will change yours too.
Sir, thou hast nothing to draw with. The well is deep. From whence then hast thou this living water? Art thou greater than our father Jacob, who gave us this well, and drank thereof himself, and his children, and his cattle?
Whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again. But whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. The water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life.
The words of Jesus resonated deep within the heart of this woman to a place as parched as the hills of Gilboa, and she was not about to lose this opportunity. Man, she had drunk from enough empty wells all her life, and now she is offered the wellspring of life. Her response was clear.
Sir, give me of this water, that I thirst not, neither come hither to draw.
Her response was clear. Give me this living water. Well, you might be asking, what is this living water? And how can I get it? Think of it firstly as Jesus using a play on words to make a spiritual point. They are at a well and there is water, the source of life. And it's a very handy thing that can be used to make his point. So water represents the substance of all that is a person's life. And if that substance cannot satisfy the deep thirst of your life, then it's worthless. Now, the truth is that life will offer you its own version of water, fame, fortune, in so many forms. But in the end, it would leave you thirsty, coming back for more, enslaving you to the chains of empty promises, but never really satisfying you. On the other hand, Jesus offers living water, something that is infinitely deeper than anything in this world. This water is Jesus Christ himself. And when you have him on the inside, you have an endless supply of joy, love, peace, happiness that just keeps renewing itself within you. Give him a try today. Well, that's our main story for this evening. Remember, you can catch up with more news stories on the Daily Bible News Network. Until next time, I'm Kishford Frank saying, keep on drinking from the living water. Good night and God bless.